This video is about the crime of sexual abuse in the first degree under Alabama law. Sex abuse in the first degree occurs when somebody subjects another person to sexual contact by physical compulsion. That's one of the ways. Now, what does that mean? That means that the contact with the other person is accomplished by actual physical force or by the threat of, immediate death or serious injury to either the victim or another person. So a guy says, whatever, with a knife, hey, I'm going to go stab your kid unless you let me, grope you. That would be sexual abuse first. Whether or not he actually does it, it's the threat in that instance. So it can include accusations that somebody forcibly grabbed somebody's genitals or their breasts or rubbed their genitals against another person. It doesn't include things like forced vaginal or oral sex or anal sex, and the reason for that is those are other serious crimes. But usually it does involve some sort of inappropriate, illegal touching of one person to the other, and usually we're talking about a sexual gratification type thing. Now, sexual abuse can also occur when somebody subjects another person to sexual contact if they are either physically helpless or mentally incapacitated. What do we mean by these things? Physically helpless means that a person is not physically able to give consent. So, for example, if somebody is, handcuffed or bound to a bed or something, obviously they're physically helpless. They can't do something. They're in a body cast, they're in the hospital, and they're incapable of moving because of some sort of condition. So it can occur when somebody is physically helpless and not able to resist because of that. It also can occur when there is mental incapacity on the part of the person who is supposed to be the victim in this case. So let's say somebody has been given or consumed drugs or alcohol and they are unable to say no because they're passed out or they're really high or whatever. A common example is where somebody gives somebody date rape and then he cops a feel, for lack of a better term. He grabs her and touches her inappropriately for sexual gratification. Well, that would be an instance where the person would most likely be charged with sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is a fairly serious crime. It is a Class C felony. What does that mean? Well, that means that person could potentially go to prison for a minimum of a year and a day, up to 10 years in the penitentiary, and they face a fine of up to $15,000. And as if that's not enough punishment, it also includes registration and notification under what's called SORNA. So that person could be a sex offender, and being a sex offender in and of itself, whether it's considered punishing, it is something that has a very negative consequence for the rest of their lives because, they are subject to registration and people can be notified, hey, this guy's a sex offender. Good luck trying to get a job or having a normal life if you have been convicted of a sex offense. So if you or somebody you love is accused of this type of a crime, you really need to contact a competent criminal defense lawyer, and you should do so as quickly as possible. If you want to call us, the phone number is below. I'm attorney Andy Siegel. I hope you find these videos to be educational and informative. Thank you for watching.